Hello, 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 everybody. I hope you guys can hear me. As always, I need you guys to give me a thumbs up to let me know that you can hear me and let me know if you can see me as well. Whew. I hope you guys can. I hope you can. While I'm waiting, there's a little lag, so I'm waiting to let you guys, someone to let me know that you can hear me. Okay, thank you. Guys, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Ah, it has been a humdinger. It didn't get bad into these last 15 minutes, okay? I go make sure my cameras and everything is set up, and guess what? For some reason, I don't know why. I know it was an update done, but my computer for some reason lost my camera, so I'm trying to record this off my iPad. I had to do something, so I'm hoping everything is good. Sorry about the stuff that you see like all the way over there. You're just gonna see a little bit of mess. Okay, okay. We're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it moving. Let's see who's all in the chat before we go ahead and get started. We have Day in the house. Hey Day. We have Jean. Am I saying it right? I know it's not Jean. I think it's Jean. Jean is in the house. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have Jill in the house. We have So Terry in the house. We have Melda in the house. She says she got her package. She received her package, and that she said thank you for everything that I want. I appreciate everything in there. I'm so happy you enjoyed it. We have Teresa Louise in the house. I quilt too. And Donna is in the house. She said you can hear me loud and clear. Beverly, Susie is in the house. And Beverly, did you get your package? I hope you did. I know Janine had gotten hers and she loved it as well. I just want to make sure you got yours because if I'm not mistaken, yours was scheduled to be there either today or tomorrow, if I got my dates right. But let me know, girl. Let me know. So, anyway, I have two quilts that we will be starting, one in December and one in January. I want to talk about real quick before we get to binding. Okay, guys, if it's gonna happen on somebody's channel, you know it's gonna happen over here. So I'm not gonna be even flustered with that. Now, I went to the quilt shop because I did not have any of the fabrics. I knew I wanted to use batiks for this white water, and I don't have many batiks at all. And I didn't want, now the ones that I do have, well, they're green. Yeah, no, they're green. And I wanted, didn't, oh, I'm sorry, hit the mic. I did not want to use green at all in this quilt. Well, they did such a good job with the blue. I didn't want to do blue either. I wanted to do pink, but I didn't like the pink batiks at all. And then I was like, oh, I can do orange. No one does anything orange. I didn't like the oranges at all either. And I was like, well, I could do brown. And I was like, so many people don't like the color brown, or I didn't want it to look too fallish. So I'm like, Lord, what am I going to do? I don't have any purple quilts, I don't think. Well, we're going to make it purple. We're going to do it in purple. Excuse me, everybody saying hi to one another. And Zandra is in. Hey, Zandra, thank you so much for coming tonight. So this beautiful quilt right here is called Whitewater, and we'll be doing it in purple batiks. So I want to show you my batiks right quick. I have, it calls for a dark color. So this is my dark color batik. And then it calls for a medium dark. This is my medium dark. So it will be done like that. Then it calls for a medium, which is this one right here. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. Told you wrong. Medium. Well, it's one of these. Medium, medium, wait a minute, dark, medium dark. I'm sorry. This is my medium dark. Dark, medium dark, and then a medium. There it is. Huh, see, I even got my stuff mixed up. I did take pictures of the of them as we were cutting them. And then this is my medium light, and this is my light light. So I think they will all go very, very well together. And my background, of course, is my Toscana grunge. I am so off today. Lord, help. Look, just reach your hands this way, okay? Pray for your girl. Pray for your girl because she's getting all tongue-tied and all discombobulated. So let me slow down. Let me slow down and start again. This is my dark. This is my medium dark. This is my medium. This is my medium light. And this one is my light. So there you have all the fabrics that I'll be using in this quilt. So I can't wait to see how they come together. And again, I am using a grunge for my background fabric. This is all for the Whitewater by Carla KLOP. We'll be starting this one come next week. So make sure you get all your fabrics for it. I cannot share the pattern with you guys because it's I can't say it's no longer free. It was only, I bought the magazine that it came in, so it was in the magazine, but she do sell the patterns and I do have them listed in the description box below. It does come in a PDF format and an actual written pattern. So take your pick, grab you a pattern, grab you some fabric, and let's get the sewing come next week, okay? Now, I was going to do it. Let me know what you guys think. I was going to do, start it off on Tuesday. On Monday for my Vlogmas, I was going to cut all of my fabric so we can get the sewing on it on Tuesday. And then throughout the week, I will come to you guys, letting you know, where I am on it. Because I am now, from now on, you guys are hearing it from the horse, okay? I'm no longer going to put myself under the stress of trying to make sure that I complete a quilt in one session. I am not that girl, okay? I cannot do it unless it's like super, super small, and it has to be like the size of like something no bigger than 2x2 for me in order for me to get it. In order for me to have it done, because I struggle. I struggle a lot when I quilt. So I know I'm not alone. So that's what's happening. I'm not going to tell you that we're going to finish this in one setting. I'm letting you know right now we won't. Okay. So Monday, I will have all my fabrics cut. Tuesday, we're going to get ready to rock and roll on it. Okay. Okay. Everybody's saying it's pretty, beautiful colors. Purple is my favorite color. All right now. All right now. Hey, Danielle, thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate it. Yeah, she said, I'm with you. No stress. 2024 Girl Quilt needs to be fun. Absolutely. It has to be fun, because if it's not, I definitely don't want to lose my sojo anymore. So that's what we're going to do. Starting in January. Get your fabrics ready, guys. I am doing, not I, we, we are doing the 2023 temperature quilt by Fat Quarter Shop. Absolutely love this pattern. It's a free pattern. So I do have it linked as well in the description box below. I also have 3 different sizes for this quilt because the pattern pieces that it called, if you're doing the flying geese method, it's the only one I'm talking about right now, the flying geese method. The flying geese method, she is calling for, uses the Flying Geese Quilt Block Foundation Paper Pad by Innova, and it measures at 1 1/4 by 2 1/2. That all of the written, you will follow the pattern as written if you use that size of the foundation paper piecing. There's also I had been gifted, I should say, the 1x2, so I have that here, and just know if you use the 1x2, it's going to be a little bit smaller, but it does, you can, this is your quilt, you can make it whatever size that you want to make it. Okay, just know that whatever size you want to make it, just know you're going to have to adjust the measurements for the rest of the pieces. Okay. So with that being said, and then there's a third size, which is, if I'm not mistaken, is 3x3. Becca over at Becca was gracious enough to make it all one block. So I have that also listed in the below. It is over on her website. So you guys can go ahead and look and see which size that you want to make. I will be talking, I'll do a dedicated video for this. I just wanted to touch on it and let you guys know we will be doing this come January. So get your stuff together. Okay. So that's the pattern. Now let me show you my colors. I chose to go with colors that I already had in my stash, all except one color, which is pink. And I am using the Moda Marbles line. And this should look familiar to you guys. If you were here when I did the nativity, the stained glass nativity, these are the fabrics from it. I'm using, let me borrow my phone for just 1 second. I want to tell you guys my colors. Excuse me. And I also will be linking the video on how to use that paper, the foundation paper by Innova, because I had it all jacked up as usual. Okay, I'm using the black for when it gets below 10 degrees. I'm using I have a brown in here somewhere. I have a brown. This is going to be in my teens. Then this blue is for my 20s. Dark purple for my 30s. Dark green for my 40s. Teal for my 50s. I haven't decided on which grade that I'll be using. It's going to be one of these 2 grades for my 60s. My 70s will be that pink. It'll be, I have 2 shades of pink coming. I have a lighter and a medium pink. So whichever pink blends well with these, I would use. And then I have orange for my 80s. For my 90s, I'm using this red here. And for 100 and above, I'm using this hot, bright. bright yellow for anything over 100 degrees. So I'm looking forward to seeing how all these marry together. And I'm very interested to see how well, it always feels good for you to, continue to use what you have. Okay, I'm hoping my camera does not go out on me. Okay, because it went dark on the screen, so I wanted to make sure that it's still recording. I'm hoping it's still recording. Let me go touch it just in case. Okay. Okay, I'm hoping that I came back. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm still here. Don't worry. And it's going to do that because I need to set my camera on do not turn off, but I haven't done that. So bear with that because I don't know what I am doing when it comes to this camera right here. Again, like I said, I'm using something different. Why my camera decided not to show back up is beyond me. So yeah. Okay, let's go back into this chat. Let me see what's going on. She said I never finish anything in one sitting. I know, girl. Me either. Me either. And it bothers me that I don't, because I'm on YouTube, you think, it should be that way, or you want it to be that way because we see other people do it that way. And it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. Thank you, Donna. She said she is stoked that she's going to be sewing this one with us. Judy is saying hello to everybody. Donnell said hi to Beverly. How you doing? They're talking. What pattern, Sassy? For which one, Donnell? The first one or the second one? The first one was Whitewater by CARLA KLOP. It's in the description below and in the description box below. In the second one, it is the Fat Quarter Shop 2023 temperature quilt, and that's also in the description box below. I hope I answered your question. I'm doing okay. Quilt Queen 22, Shelly, hey. Thank you so much for coming. And Lisa is here. Hey, everyone in Chattersville. Glad I could catch a live. I'm glad that you did. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started because guess what? It's gonna do it again, and I'm gonna have to get back up and reset it again. Okay. So you guys remember Sprite, my giraffe. This is the Violet Craft Jungle Abstraction Strap. I had to remember it. It's just like the cow that I believe Susan is working on her channel. So yeah. Now, I had been, for the last several quilts, I have been sewing my binding on the front and flipping it over to the back, gluing it and all that. But not today. Not today. Okay. We're going to do it the way that I like to do it, which is stitching it on the back, flipping it on the front, and stitching down. That way I don't have to worry if I'm going to catch or not catch the binding. So I already know that I will. The only thing is sometimes you might hit the binding. This quilt is not going anywhere. I'm not entered in any kind of show. So if it almost, or if it does hit, it's not going to be the end of the world for me, okay? It's just not. Let me set my keyboard over here and get ready. I already have my binding ready to go. And I have my quilt. Try to get it as flat as you can. Most of your quilt as flat as you can on your surface, because it'll make your life a lot easier. Now I also have a sleeve here that I will be attaching once I get to the top. Make sure that it is on the top. And what's going to happen is I made this one 7.5. Usually I make them 8 inches wide and then fold it over. I made this one 7 inches wide because guess what? I didn't have enough fabric. So I made sure I used what I could. So I was able to make the sleeve, and then once I have the 7 inches folded in half to 3.5. Whatever your quilt top measures, I always make sure I go an inch in on both sides, and that's how I center it like that. And then I will do that once I get to the top. But for right now, we're going to go ahead. I have enough of a tail to where I want to go ahead and start. Now, I do use a seam guide when doing this, because at least when I'm attaching it to the back, because I want to make sure that I am within my 1/4 inch. So, oh guys, guess what? I happened to be on Donna's channel last night, working on the legit lion. If you don't know, that's what's behind me. You see those little eyeballs peeking over my shoulder? Yes, I was working on that. And hey, Peggy Lynn, thank you so much for coming. Hey, Julie, thank you so much for coming. And Miss Elaine, thank you so much for being here with us on tonight. I happened to mention on there that I have found a piece of paper with my goals for my YouTube channel. And it was just so happened that your girl I had, said, like for the New Year's resolution, that I would have liked to have reached 700 subscribers by the end of the year. If you don't know, 3 and 7 are my favorite numbers. Just know that will come up in a video of importance real soon. So they get to know me, because it's going to be, I think, going to play a game on one of the Vlogmases. Okay. So just know that's a hint. Keep that in mind. Let me bring out I have, this is called a paddle. It helps take the stress off of my shoulder. It helps glide and push the quilt along without me having to put much pressure, like holding down so much. But yeah, so anyway, I said that I would like to have met a goal of 700 for YouTube and 1,000 for Instagram. Guys, you guys went and told your mama, your friends, and all of them, okay? Your girl has met those goals. I am super duper excited. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for making it happen, sharing my channel with people and all that. It just did my heart some good to wake up to see those numbers. Numbers. I was like, wait a minute, I know Becca said that. Oh, and I posted it. And I was like, oh, okay, so I knew she can make it, you guys can make it happen. I knew that. But to see it happen, like that, I wasn't expecting that. So I'm super duper excited. So on to 1,000, of course, right? And I am just blown away by everyone's generosity and all that. Now, what do I expect? I don't expect everyone can't be here all the time. But I would appreciate you guys, at least coming in, giving the channel a try, watching some of the videos, commenting, liking, sharing, and all that kind of good stuff is also welcome. But I'm here for fun and, to talk to you guys and just, be a blessing, to someone when and however I can. So I do appreciate you guys. I really, really, really do. Thank you guys. I know it's just like, it's just doing something to me. Is somebody talking about my green? I know with Susie. I like that light green backing fabric. Wonder what fabric collection that's from. Honey, I don't know. I don't know. um, I can tell you where I got it from. It's a quilt shop over in Goldsboro, North Carolina. And he was selling it. I do know he used to work over at Joanne, so you could have seen it there. I don't know who it's from, but I end up having to order some more off of Etsy because I was just a little bit shy of that color. But I can't remember. I don't know who it's from. I really, really don't. It was just some greens I had in my collection, and I was like, ooh, I don't have to buy any green. You would think my collection would be all green, but it's not. I have other colors more than green. More than green. Okay, we're coming on this one side. I'm looking at my camera to make sure that this thing is not. I was using this. You see how all of a sudden I just set it down to the side? Help your Lord, help your girl. Help your girl. I'm sitting here wondering why my shoulder is starting to hurt. I started using it and then I stopped using it when I had to adjust. But you probably can't see all that. Let me see there. Ah, hey Janine, she said, "Prove it, girl." I don't. I'll prove it when I move this board. Okay, and now I need to loosen my seam guide because I need to go off the side. Okay, when I do my binding, when I get to a corner, I stop like a 1/4 inch from the end, and then I go off at a diagonal off of the quilt. Then I, do your miter corner, make sure you pull it. Make sure I pull it straight so that, like creating that diagonal to make a straight line right across here. And then flip it back. Then making sure, come here, baby, come here, you're being naughty. Making sure that this edge over here is flush and making sure that it's also flush down on this end as well. And then we're going to adjust. So I am really trying to figure out what happened. It only had to do with, the only thing that changed on my system is the update. And I'm wondering, for some reason, did this update kick out my camera? And now I had to figure out how to go back in it and get it back again. Because the app is on there, it's just not recognizing anything. And I do start sewing off the edge onto the quilt. So I have to figure that out. I have to figure it out. Everything is plugged in. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Okay. Let's get this back flat so I can be working with a surface that I'm not fighting with. So now I have stated that I will be getting some moderators, and I'm hoping I am, well, that is one thing I have been like in prayer mode on, because guys, choosing moderators is, to me, is a big deal. And you want it to be someone who definitely have the best interest of you and your channel. You have to be able to, even like, say for instance, God forbid, and I'm hoping that I don't have any of that here, that, oh, I don't care for that person, oh, I'm gonna wait to get into Stephanie's chat and I'm just gonna treat that person any kind of way, I can boot them out. No, that's not what I want. Okay, that's not how that works. You have to have my best interest at heart, the channel's best interest at heart. If you are upset with somebody, that doesn't make me upset with that person. That means you're going to have to be the bigger person and work with that person. You know, I'm not here to put nobody in YouTube jail, you know, or anything like that. Now, if you come on this channel and you just being downright disrespectful, I don't have, my moderators will have no problem and no qualms, because they're already going to know that it's not tolerated over here. It's not tolerated over here. So that's what I'm looking forward to, and having moderators. We will definitely be, I'm still, like I said, I'm in prayer over it, because I don't want to I want to make sure, one, that the people that I choose are a great fit for the channel. So we have one corner done, and we're about to get on to corner number 2. And I don't know if you guys happened to see my Vlogmas video on yesterday. I did make a label for Sprite here, and it just has Sprite's name on it, and that it was pieced and quilted by me in the year 2023. My lion has name, it will be Lincoln. And I'm looking forward to one day quilting him up, but Hunter is going to come first, so I got to figure out how I'm going to quilt him up. Okay, since I'm getting ready to try binding on my first quilt, so I've been watching every binding video that I can. Awesome, 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 awesome. Elaine, I'm hoping I'm helping you in some form of fashion. I'm going to change my name to QQ22 as soon as I figure out how. Awesome. All right, QQ22. Julie, your Christmas tree looks like mine. What Christmas tree? Non-existent. Y'all see a Christmas tree? Lisa said, congratulations. She said, I am goalless until retirement. I know that's right, girl. I know that's right. Keep your life simple as possible. Okay, I'm coming up on this corner, and I need to stop a 1/4 inch. Now you can mark it if you need to, but my presser foot has a 24. My presser foot has a 1/4 inch marking on it, so I just stop at that line. Then I lift up my presser foot, have it angled to sew on a diagonal off the quilt, and then I cut. Elaine wants to know, how long have I been quilting? That's a loaded question, Elaine. I have actually, my son is 27. I started when he was 2 years old, and most of my friends and family here know that how I started quilting was I was in a car accident. Okay, again, I made sure on a diagonal, made sure that this edge here is straight like this. So this edge all right here is straight. I was in a car accident, and when I was in the hospital, I had like some kind of amnesia, they say, for about 9 days. And I remember, I don't remember, they told me what I said, that I was watching TV and there was a brother sewing machine on TV, and the only thing I said was, I want that. Prior to, I'm still here. Okay. I'm coming back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Okay. Sorry about that. I can't say I keep saying I'm sorry. You guys know what's going on. The dang on camera. I don't know what happened to it. So anyway, I believe I was telling you that I was in a car accident, and come on, pick up. There you go. I was watching TV, and a brother sewing machine was on a commercial, and I said, I want that. That was, like I said, about 25 years ago. So my brother got me the sewing machine. Never took any lessons, never sewn before prior to that. I knew how to wind a bobbin. I knew how to sew. And I kid you not, I suck at anything past, addition and subtraction. I didn't learn how to properly do fractions until I learned to quilt, the quilt math. So I am like, what the heck? Why would I pick up quilting? And then come to find out, because I learned later that my grandmothers quilted, but they were, don't touch my sewing machine, don't touch this, don't touch that, you bet not touch my scissors kind of people, kind of ladies. Where the heck is my thing at? So I had to, I learned, it was just like a divine, thing. I learned how to do all this quilting prior to, from an accident. I didn't have any formal training. Now, when I was sewing and people heard that I was, making quilts, they kept saying that, that's an old lady's hobby. So that freaked me out, so I was more so, quilting off than on. I would do it like in the closet kind of thing. I wouldn't let people know that I was quilting because I didn't want them to, continue to talk about me. So I did a lot of secret projects, and when I did do projects for people, they were like, "Oh, thank you." Those kind of remarks. So I really never did get any kind of love for the things that I did quilt wise, not until I moved away from Milwaukee, away from my family. And now they all, like, oh, wait a minute, Stephanie quilts. What? You made that? Oh my God, that's awesome. So that's how that is. So I've been happily quilting, I should say, probably for the last 15 years after I moved here in 2006, got married, and I was really, really into quilting at that point. And then yeah, so that was that. Trust them like if they didn't have checkbook. If not trust it, it's a no-go. Absolutely, Donna. Look, you can trust them as a moderator. If not, don't. Absolutely. And I love that you are praying about it. Yes, Lisa, I have to. I have to. Now you would think I would be I'll be praying about it. Oh, before I go on live, girl, y'all, I'll be out here praying. Do you hear me? I'll be praying because I always find myself in trouble on my lives. It's always something. I should have named, I said this earlier in the week. I should have named this channel the Mishap Quilter because there's always a mishap. Why is my camera acting up on today? I mean, goodness gracious. So I know it has something to do with that update. So tonight and tomorrow, I'll be trying to figure out what happened to my camera. I have no idea what is going on with it, but it is what it is. And I'm glad they didn't show the keypad on there. It's just showing that I'm putting in my password. I'm still gonna change it though, because some of y'all, I know y'all computer savvy. You know, we got people that work for the CIA and all that up in here. Nice job on making a label. Thank you so much, Peggy. I tried to make that label. I realized when I was while I was stitching out, I was like, dang, that thing huge. I was like, next time I don't gotta make it so dang on big. But it's a big quilt, so it needed a big label, I guess. Okay, we're at the top of the quilt, and now I need to prepare. I don't want to do too much, because what's going to happen is I have to make sure that my sleeve is in place. Do I want to do one more there? Now anchor it off, then I can cut it. Yeah, so I have to now make sure my sleeve is in its proper place. Let me put this over my shoulder, and then we'll go from there. Okay, this is the top of the quilt. As you can see, my binding is right there. I know that I need to put the raw edges to meet the raw edges. Now I also need to make sure that I am having this some kind of centered, some kind of way. I just know that I want to make sure that it's up here. And what's going to happen is I'm going to clip it. Now, does it have to be 100% accurate? No, just making sure I have room on the left side and the right side. And I'm going to clip it because what can go wrong with pins? I'm going to get stuck. There's enough going on tonight. So I'm going to just go ahead and clip it. Clip it in a couple of areas. Now I will clip the beginning, because you know how that is. That'd be the first thing that want to run away. Okay, now I can go ahead and turn this corner. Again, where are you? Binding, where are you? I'm going to make sure that this is straight. This line right here going across straight right here. When I bring it back over, making sure that it is even with this edge here. Everything is lined up nice and neat. Now I can remove this one clip, making sure that the binding and that sleeve is all together. Let me put this clip right here, because now I gotta put my thing back. And then this is the last side, and then we get to turn this baby over and quilt it. What am I looking like at on my time? Are you guys gonna rock with me tonight if we decide? I do want to finish the binding. I do want to finish this binding. And I also have to remember I did a lot of talking in the beginning too, so. Let's see. Peggy said I started myself in my early 20s, all self-taught. Awesome. The closet quilter. Yes, girl, I was quilting in the closet. And believe it or not, when my husband and I got married, I shared this too on last night. So if you didn't hear it, you're going to hear it. If you heard it, you're going to hear it again. When my husband and I moved into our first apartment outside of where we were when we started as husband and wife, I had an apartment, and then we moved to our first apartment together, the one that we both picked out. Mainly I picked it out because I fell in love with the shower. And we lived there, and my quilting space was an actual closet. It was very, very small. Only thing was able to go on the side of the desk. I had stored all of my stuff, my fabric and my batting and stuff like that. And then I'm going to go right now. I'm about to touch this camera so it can make sure it don't go back off. Sorry about that. I'm hoping that helps. We'll see. So yeah, I was quilting in the closet. Yes, sir. So, and I had my desk, and when I was finished quilting, I would go and close that closet door, and I had no worry. So never fear if you start somewhere, you know, you don't have a large space or a garage like I do to quilt in. Quilt where you are. It is not said that you have to have space to make beautiful things. You don't. You can make it wherever you are. If you're enjoying okay, nope, that's me. We'll be working for the CIA. Yep, we all gonna be. My first quilt, I made my first quilt in 1977, right before my first was born. Tied it, didn't know how to hand quilt then. Honey, I still don't know how to hand quilt now. I'm just gonna be so honest about that one. But it's a guy, his name is George in our quilt guild. He is award-winning, okay, award-winning hand quilter. He wins our quilt guild show every year. He is amazing. And he's teaching all who wants to learn how to hand sew for free. So in our guild. So I love that. I absolutely love it. He is making sure that tradition does not die. Got to go. I smashed the thumb on my way out. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate it. You don't fold the edges in? I do not. I miter my corners. I miter my corners. And hope that you feel better. Aqua quilter, I do too. I just got into quilting in 2020. My granddaughter quilt is my first one that I'm getting ready to finish with the binding. Took it to a long armor. He was surprised for a beginner how good it turned out. See, I mean, some of us have talents that is out of this world. You should never, ever feel bad about where you begin, especially in a journey journey of quilting and sewing, because we all got to start somewhere. Shoot, I'm starting somewhere every time I pick up a dang on quilt. It's like I'm new to it all the time. Keep sewing. We are staying. Is there a time limit for your videos? I'll be here with you. Thank you, Peggy. No, there's no time limit. It's just that I feel, some people have to work, and I do want to respect their time and stuff like that. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm like, and I don't want to lose people, lose people's interest, that kind of thing. So. But I'm here. We about to finish this thing right here. We coming on our last miter corner edge. I just want one more stitch, and then I can loosen this up and then quilt off the edge here. Please tell me about how you put in your label. Okay, what I did, I made a video on it yesterday. What my label is here. I embroidered it, and then I put heat and bond on the back of it. Heat and bond to hold it down in place, so when I go to stitch it, it will be in place, where only thing I will have to do is stitch on these sides. But I see right now it pulled up. It didn't stick as well as I wanted it to, I see, because I had stabilizer on the back of it as well. So I have to fix that. But that one, I haven't done a square one in such a long time. Usually I do the corner ones. But yeah, my trick is to help put heat and bond on it, or steam a seam on the edges of your label, and that way you will keep it from to help hold it down while you're about to do your hand sewing. Okay, and then on this last edge, I just need to hold that clip there. So I'm basically just winging it. What are we winging? Keep sewing, Please tell me about, okay, I am still hand quilting my queen size quilt and basically just winging it. That's what Peggy said. I love hand quilting. No, I mean, oh, the sleeve. She's hand quilting. Okay. Oh, the sleeve. Yeah, I caught it in the binding, and then I will go ahead and hand stitch this bottom edge down. Oh, you're asking me, did I have to turn it in on the corners? I see what you're asking me now. Yeah. Turn it in 1/4 of an inch. Turn it in 1/4 of an inch on those edges. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to rectify that in just a moment, because I did not do that. Okay, now I need to make sure that I leave my opening. Let me go back, cut. Good job, Elaine. Please tell me about Nah, I usually sew my label in when I bind it. I learn all the time. Never stop learning. That's right. Remember to give Sassy a thumbs up. Thank you so much, Annette. I do appreciate it. I sew mine down by hand. I see hers in binding. Yes, I do put it in the binding. That way there's less hand sewing that I have to do. Okay, so here now I need to join my binding. And I make sure that I have one turned over my, what side? My left side turned. And you see how I have all this left over? I have a plethora left over. So I'm going to cut it back here because I definitely don't need all of that. And what I'm going to do is take a snippet of this, open it up, and this is 2¼ inches wide. I'm laying it directly on my left side at this fold that I created right here. I'm laying directly on that, bringing my right side to go all the way across it. I'm overlapping. That's what I'm doing. I wish I had a camera overhead. So I'm going to do my best to talk you guys through it, making sure that this is on a flat surface. Now, I'm not going to cut at exactly 2¼ because if you do that, it'll lay nice, but it's not going to be nice and snug. So I am going to take about 1/8 off, make it 1/8 shy. And then this is just additional binding that I don't need at the moment. I can take my scrap. I use it as an ender leader at some point in time. I need to trim this one as well. Now I need to, just as if I was doing my binding strips together, making sure that these lie nice together. Now, what I could do is take the quilt right in between here, and I can clip it or pin it so it will, just to bunch it up so I can have less space that I'm dealing with. Now, this is the part that can be tricky, and it is tricky for most, is knowing how and where to sew to make this together. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you about that. This is the part that every single quilt that I make, I don't care how many times I've done this, I always seem to find myself getting confused. I always find myself getting confused. I do know that I do try to test it before I go with it. But I find if I put it the way that it was when I did my binding strips, I wouldn't be so. I'm scared that that's wrong. See, let me put it this way. Okay. Hold on, I have to talk myself through this process. So that means we're gonna see. We're gonna see, y'all. Cause I honestly see I think I got some kind of amnesia or something. I got some kind of amnesia or something, y'all, because I'm afraid that I got this wrong. Now, last quilt, I had it. Boom, Johnny on the spot. Johnny on the spot. This one, I'm not so sure about. If I got it, I'm going to celebrate with y'all. If not, yeah, just already know that I told y'all I forgot how to do it. I do have directional tape down here, so I can sew on the diagonal without stressing about it. I have that. Let's see. How did we do? How did we do? Cross your fingers, y'all. Cross your fingers. I think I did okay, but I hope I did okay. Oh, I did okay. No, did I not do okay? I didn't do okay. I did not do okay. It looks right, but I did it inside out. I did it inside out, y'all. See what happens when you can get so confident in how you do stuff. This is the part that always trips me up. So I'm not worried about it. We gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Don't worry. Sorry about that. And I do have a seam ripper. I just don't feel like reaching for it at this second. Oh, binding, binding, binding. Yes, there are many ways that you can bind. And I know this. Some days I know it. Some days I don't. Some days I don't at all. Let's see. This way. I think that's what I just did. And that was wrong. You put this like this, side down. Then this one this way. Didn't I just do this? I think I just sewed it in the wrong direction. My fabric was right. I just sewed it in the wrong direction. Okay, one more try. One more try. If not, we're gonna do it the really. Ugh. I have never been so aggravated. Look at chat. Sorry. Right sides together. Got it now. Look at chat. Look at chat. Sometimes you feel like sometimes you don't. I know. Everybody's saying stop, stop, stop. What are you saying? But this is only for binding back to front. Back to front. Well, it's also for if you this take how I'm doing this binding is also what in the world? Come on. Today. What is today? Today is Tuesday. Is that a full moon or something? It's a some kind of day. Not Stephanie Day, that's for sure. My thread became undone. And now I have to rethread it. I connect it twisted about half of the time. Thank you, Jamie. Because girl, you know the struggle too. I mean, we all know the struggle. I mean, if I was sitting here doing this like day in and day out, if I wasn't putting like huge gaps in between binding projects, I probably would remember exactly how to bind. Y'all, this is nothing but the freaking devil. I'm gonna tell you. Okay, I'm gonna calm down. Yes, sometimes you feel like look, sometimes I feel like a nut and sometimes I don't. I think I feel it right now. It did it perfectly. However, it twisted on one side. I think, Jamie, did you just jinx me? I'm blaming Jamie. I'm blaming Jamie. Oh, this is so embarrassing. But you know, it's not. It's not. There is no perfection on this channel. I think that's going to be my slogan. You know what? Instead of everybody knows your name, there's no perfection on this channel. Don't come here looking for perfection because you won't find it on this channel. What you will find is a whole bunch of mistakes. Okay. Here and here, right sides together. I got that. But I just did that. Or did I not do it right? Oh, have mercy. Have mercy, Lord. Have mercy. Lisa said, "Ooh, thank girl." She said, "I'm glad you praying about it, honey. Y'all need to be. Y'all not praying for me in this binding. I need y'all to pray. Come on now. Y'all need to get to praying." Okay. Is it 3 times the charm? Is that the saying? You got this. Take your time. The struggle is real, girl. Yes. Don't be embarrassed. Everyone of us have done it. There is no perfection from any of us. That's right. Mine either. I used to seam ripper almost every time I saw. A girl, mine is every time I saw. The Perfection Free Channel. There it is, Janine. The Perfection Free Channel. Y'all, we did it. Okay. Look, I can't take a picture of it because you know what, Stephanie? Look, I'm about to write it down though. Hold up. Right side down. Wrong side up. And then sew on this way. Okay. I had to make myself a little note, and hopefully the next time I do a binding, we'll have it right. So you just test it by opening up before you cut to make sure that from point to point where you sewed, if it's going to lay flat, and it does, I can go ahead and cut. I thank you guys for your patience. Whoo! Y'all got to praying on that one. See, I felt them prayers. Lord have mercy, y'all. Lord have mercy. Thank you. Well, at least I don't even want to look. At least I didn't see a bug tonight. I'm happy about that. But anywho, we're going to go ahead and sew from where we left off. Of course, you have to start just a little bit in where you left off so you can anchor your thread. Well, let me lift up that needle because I don't like that. What's going on right here? Okay. Okay, let's go back. And now then we can go forward. And what we're going to do is meet up with this other stitch line. There it is, nice and neat. There it is, nice and neat. I'm hoping I'm not missing any questions. If you don't make mistakes, then you are not learning. Absolutely not. Not RS together. No, not RS together. No, it's not right. It's I have right side down and then my wrong side up. Yeah, my right sides are together. Okay. Now, the only thing I have to do now is flip it, or you can press it out and then flip it. Let's flip this quilt. And I want to end back down on the bottom. I've always been that way when it comes to binding. I don't mind. It doesn't matter where I start on when I stitch it on that first side, but when I go to, oh, I thought that was a bug. But when I go to flip it over, I want to make sure that I am starting and stopping on the bottom side of the quilt. Okay. Now, because I have this Bernina, what is the yellow thing? The yellow thing that I'm using is called a paddle, a quilting paddle. And it helps push the quilt along instead of me, like that. I'm looking for my 10D foot. And it takes the strain off of your arm. It's called a quilter's paddle. This one I got from, her name is Sarah Thomas. She is over on Instagram. We call each other sisters. She's there. She sells over on Etsy. If you don't see it on there, just, let her know that I sent you, and let her know that you need a quilter's paddle. You get 2 of them. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and start. I have the $10D foot on. I need to let my machine know that I'm changing feet. And then what I do is I just put and this is like a stitch in a ditch foot. And I ride my, I'm also going to need to change my sole plate. Hold on, press her foot up. I need to change my sole plate because I have it set for just like single needle foundation paper piecing and straight sewing. Oh, I'm like, Lord, now I know I just had this case. Okay, and this allows me to move my, what is this? My presser foot. Take this off. My needle. It allows me to change my needle when I do this. So I flip my binding over, bring it down onto the presser foot, put my thread back in place. Now I can move my needle position over. I move it over like 1 to 2, 2 positions so that it can, yeah. So right on the edge of the binding. And I just take my time doing it. Take my time doing it. And this way, I used a 1/4 to 1/4 inch, and this way that my binding stays full. I know if it was like in a judge show, they would do like that your binding is full and not for it to be loose in any areas, but 2 1/4 makes it nice and taut. But I also know if you use a 2 1/2 inch binding, you can also leave a portion of your batting beyond the edge, and that would also give you that fullness that you need, that you require, that it requires. Okay, I'm checking the chat in just one moment. Let me get around this first mitered corner. Coming up on it. Okay, I keep my one straight edge end straight, and then I'll bring this other one in on top. Come on in the room. There it is. I don't know, when you guys do your mitered corners, is it always like one corner that just need to be a donkey? I have that. Some, like on most quilts, I have 3 perfect mitered corners, and then I have this one edge that just want to just not do right. I always find that. I don't. Oh, wait a minute now. Don't play. Catch the binding. Are you sliding backwards? Oh, you just haven't got there yet. Okay, there you go. And I always take one above, and then I go back, and then I one more. There you go. And then I can turn it to flip it. Whew, there you go. One miter corner done. Yeah, it's for some reason my miter corners, I always have one that wants to be unruly. Just one. One day, it's going to be 4. Sorry, I misunderstood. No, no, you're fine, Jill. I find my binding does better for me if I press it and clip it for the next part. I'm not gonna lie to you, Peggy. After all this drama that I had on my channel on tonight, ironing is the best way to go. I absolutely agree. Tonight I'm so over it. I'm so over it. In place of quilting gloves, correct. This, yes, I use this in place of quilting gloves. Fines and Porters used to make some quilting gloves that I'm gonna tell you, those things, every time I use them, my fingers will go right through them. And machiningers, they make some good ones. However, the ones that they make, they're white. Every quilt you come, your gloves start looking like you've been playing out in a garden or something. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. But that's just how those gloves are. So when I started seeing the paddles come about, they had a quilting ring, and I've seen that before. I've seen the what else? Another form of the paddle. I've seen that. Martelli has some paddles out, but theirs is really pricey. So I don't know. Are the quilters paddles made of wood or a sticky plastic to help the fabric move? No, it is. It's made of plastic, and on the back side, it has a moleskin or some kind of microfiber texture on the back that helps grip the fabric. Just trying to hide some of these stray edges, the fraying, you know, that happens on your fabric edges. Okay. We are close to coming up on edge number 2, and I have to do some. I thought I caught all of my threads, but I guess I'm seeing that I did not. That's so usual. Hey, Joe Carmel. Hey, Steph, your lion is vibrant. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, this is my giraffe. And my lion is still right back here. He, you guys gonna see him in all his glory soon. Well, soon as in January 8th over on Donna's channel. What I do for that quilt is I do a block a day. I do know that the block has what is it? What I'm halfway done with it. 8 and 8 is 16, 32, 64 64 blocks. So I wanted to give myself a week to put it together, and we'll see how that goes. But right now I'm feeling like I probably could piece it in like 2 to 3 days all together instead of a whole week. The first week I was doing 2 blocks a day. Now I'm down to doing 1 block a day. If I'm going to continue to want to give myself the whole week to put it together, I would have to have it all the blocks completed by December 31st. Ooh, this is going to be the death of me. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Again. I think it's only going to do it one more time because after I finish getting this together, we'll be done. We'll be done. I don't know what else to do. Don't know what to do, but just roll with it. If you can feel my heartbeat. If y'all only can feel my heartbeat and to know that how frustrated I am with what's going on. But that's okay. It happens, right? It happens. But yes, so I am just finishing up this. So far it's coming out beautifully. Now when I get to this top, I got to be mindful of this sleeve so I won't end up sewing it, you know, inside my binding when I turn it over. Now your sleeve could be added afterwards, after you've sewn your binding, especially if it's not going to be a quilt that is going to be hanging all the time. I believe, yeah, he's not Sprite. She is not going to be used on anything else but other than to hang on a wall somewhere if I decide to keep her. If not, it'll be going to the children's hospital where it can hang somewhere. But I don't think so. I think I'm going to keep her right here. Now see, we're about to come to this miter corner, and look, it mitered beautifully. It's always that one corner. What is with that? Okay, go in, 1, 2, and then I go back 1. That's what I was trying to say before. Then I rotate. Now I'm on this sleeve, making sure that I have the sleeve part facing out so I can make sure that it's not getting caught. Okay, hello to everyone that has joined. Thank you. What? Wait, do I see a giraffe? Yes, honey, this is my giraffe. Oh, let me make sure. This is Sprite. Her name is Sprite, you know, because she don't have any dangly parts. So I named her Sprite. There she is. Now, if I missed a question, please go ahead and repeat it, and I can be looking for it. It's going. We are still with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do appreciate it, guys. I know that will drive a lot of people nuts. Her mess is all messed up. But it's out of my control tonight. And I did not want to cancel. I was working on it right up until go live, the seconds I hit go live, and I didn't know that the camera would keep cutting off. So, which sucks. Now, what happens if I sew off the binding? What you do is you stop, pick it, and just resew that portion. You don't got to take the whole binding off just because you missed a little section. Just keep it going. That's why it's so forgiving. Now, you could be old school, sew it onto the front, sew it onto the front, and then hand bind, hand stitch it. You can always do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But my hands will not allow me to do that. Though I do cross stitch, it's so different from hand stitching and binding. I have friends that will love to hand stitch bind, who love hand stitch and binding. I can employ them to do that if that's what I wanted to, it's to be done. It's just easier for me just to go ahead and knock it off by machine quilting it. We are on full side number 2. Again, watching my sleeve, making sure I'm hitting that binding. Again, I'm using I have a Bernina 570. I am using the 10D foot, which is like the stitch and a ditch foot. If you have a sewing machine and have a stitch and a ditch foot, try using it for your binding and go ahead and move your needle over to where you can sew right on the binding. And that is what I plan on doing with this one. I've learned that that's a good foot for it. Okay, come on. These straggly bits. Okay, let's see how this miter corner. Let's see here. Did I speak well? Did I speak well? Do I have a second corner here that's going to act right? Let's see. Let me come down some more. Okay, let us see. And I do. Go slow. Let's get it. I got to keep lifting my presser foot so I can make sure that I am getting that over the hump. Okay, go over one, go back one, go back. There it is. Then I can rotate. All right, guys, we are cooking. We are cooking. We're going down on this last, not the last side, but last full side, I should say. Okay, it sounds good. We're still here. I'm already nuts, so it doesn't bother me. Thank you, Elaine. Yes, yes. Okay, and let's get some of this weight off of the quilt here. And that way you guys can see Sprite for what she is upside down. Now, I don't know if you guys remember me telling you this, but I'm going to try it. I haven't purchased it yet. And I went right to the quilt store today and I didn't see any. So I'm going to go to Walmart and see if they have it. I know I've seen it at somewhere, but I don't know where it was that where I happened to see it at. And that's that grandma spot remover. I no longer have the pen that I was using to mark on this quilt. And when I went to go remove the stains from the quilt, it turned in some spots my quilt yellow. It stained it. I threw it out because of course I was devastated. I'm like, you put all this work into it. Though I know I plan on making this giraffe again because I want to. This is the first time I did freak motion on feathers. And I want to see how I progress, but I want to see how I progress on the same quilt. So I want to make it again. Of course, it'll be in different colors and all that kind of stuff, but I hate that that pen, when I marked the quilt, it stained it. Never again. Never again. So I will stick with my Mark Be Gone. That's a pen that I recommend. Now, I know it's a lot of talk about the friction pen. That's why I didn't use that one. Even though I never had a problem with the friction pen, I'm just going to stick with the Mark Be Gone. I like the one that it disappears with water. If you're going to use the one that, good night, Annette. If you're going to use the one that has the disappearing ink, you just make sure that whatever design you're quilting, that you are going to be doing it sometime soon. Good information. Putting that in my notes. I have a Janome JW 810 8100 and have a stitch and a ditch foot, so I'll use that when I do mine. Yes. Just move your needle over to the right some, and however you want to sew that down, it'll be I think it'll make a great it's a great binding tool. We are almost done. Almost done. I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for rocking it with me, sticking with me, because we are well over my usual time of an hour. Okay, let's do this. We're coming on the corner. We got a little bit to go before we get to it, but that's okay. Okay, making sure that label is laying flat. Though if I had to iron it back down, I should have done that. I'm just making sure that it does not flip on me. And when it comes to binding, you know, you want to try to make it even all the way around. I can tell you right now that mine is not 100% even all the way around, but it's doable. It's I can live with what I see. I can live with what I see. Okay, we're going on to this corner, the last corner. Okay, let me make sure that it miters well. Is this going to be a 2 out of 4 or is it going to be a 3 out of 4? Let's see. I'm thinking it's going to be a, what happened here? Okay. Maybe a 2 out of 2. This one, oh, no. Yep, it's going to be a 2 out of 2. So for some reason, my 2 bottom corners didn't want to do right, but that's okay. I'm in it. I am in this thing to win it. It was still miter, and I'm okay with that. Oh, it did work. So we got a 3. Let me lift you up. Let me lift you up. Okay. Come on, catch. Where are you? Did you get on there? I just didn't see you. No. It pushed it back. Let's see. Lift up. 1 over there. I might have to take that one little corner out, but we'll see. Because it pushed my binding backwards. And I want to make sure that at least that corner looks decent. But I can do that in hand stitching. I don't have to do it in the... Let's see. Okay, we're coming up to the other end, guys. I'm so excited. So excited. We are doing it. We are doing it. Yes. Melna says she uses her stitch in a ditch foot as well. Okay, we have less than about 12 inches to go. Less than 8 to go. Less than 5 to go. Okay, we are closing in on the beginning. And let these stitches catch. And cutting. Woo! We are finished, guys. We are finished. Sprite is now bound. Now bound. I am very happy with it. Of course, you want to go around and make sure that you did not fall off of the binding in some areas. Like I said, there is going to be times that you hit the back of the binding, but that's fine if you do. But the goal is to stay off of the binding on the back. But hey, y'all, it is what it is. I'm excited. I am done. So done. So done. So done. Thank you guys so much for joining me on tonight on a Tuesday when we finish this baby. Yes, Sprite looks amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you guys. I do appreciate it. over your time only because of your crazy camera always shutting. Yes, it was shutting off today. Hobby Lobby, Stephanie. Yes. Good info. So guys, that is it. So before this camera shut off again, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me on tonight. Stay tuned because we got to do a giveaway for your girl reaching over 700. My goal for the year. So on to 1,000, we can do this. I hope I'm putting out the content that you guys want to continue to see. And until the next time, guys, be blessed and have an amazing rest of your evening and week. See you guys later. Bye. Oh. I don't have to say goodbye just yet. Now I can go ahead and end it over here. But yeah, don't forget, get your fabric and stuff like that for whitewater and for the temperature quilt. I want you guys to join me in on those quilts. So now, goodbye. Have a good evening, guys.